Emoji.
Good evening, Maya.
Baba.
Good evening, Mayago.
Yeah.
And I just want to say something. First of all, I want to ask about. So one guy, our senior man in this platform, just maybe he was having a bad day today, But what he said, if everybody's opinion matters, So what he said, sometimes when I see some comments like that, I feel angry, but I will not bring it out because everybody have different ways of reaction in everything. Because like he said, we are here on a lecture. We have to be serious. Like I just came in now. From Germany now back to America. I started listening to you. My pen and paper are not close to me. Normally, when I come to your temple, I use pen and paper. I jot my things down, and later I reflect on it. Like this book you are reading for a few days ago now. There are some things I begin to see in those books. Like somebody said, people that we thought they are heroes, they are not heroes. That day, he said something about putting the head of Zeke on 500 naira note. He doesn't watch it.
I've been knowing
Yeah,
that is why I told people to emoji, right? When we are reading history, when you are reading history, just always remember that our ancestors, they were not all good and they were not all bad. Majority of them had to do what they had to do based on the circumstances around them then. So when you are reading the history, don't be a prisoner of the history. Don't inherit their their own hate or their own whatever. Learn from what they did right and from what they did wrong, and be a better person. Azikiwe is not nobody's hero, if not for Nigeria.
But Mayagu, in Nigeria situation now, I don't think that these present people now in Nigeria now, they can turn something so easily. There's a lot of problem, Like we that are lucky, I call it escape. We escaped to abroad.
Yes.
We are everywhere. We are now having Nigeria marrying Iran. I saw it on Facebook. In Nigeria marrying Venezuela. I know, the way we are in our place. Not that you cannot find love anywhere, but it's supposed to be 10-90. But this time around it's about 80-20. So it's not good. We are just planting our seeds everywhere. It's just like what the slave master were doing that time. When they catch a slave that is strong, they try to use that slave to reproduce more. No. To reproduce more stronger able men like him. So this is what we are doing. This is what we are doing. We are just giving them those things free now because our wicked and evil government did this to us. I'm not scared about anything. I'm scared about my own future. I used to tell my younger one that you people used me as sacrifice. They were shocked. I said yes.
Do you know I said same thing to my own people too? I'm like, some of you just use us for money rituals. We're like money ritual to some of our family members in Nigeria.
I sat them down. I sat them.
Whatever they want, they can get, whether now or later, as long as we are here.
Yeah. But you that is here, we have only limited time because we are getting old.
We are also getting old.
I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people here 65. They are worried. If you look at their faces, they look like animals in the cage. But since we are young now, we travel, we spend money, we drive big cars, some of us open 2 ears. But once we are getting to 60, 65, when you place us or some of us with a woman, we cannot be able to reproduce. We cannot even, not that we cannot, if we put it there, we cannot bring it out. We can bring it, but there are some things you will do in your early age. Now, some things you will not do in your older age. You know, so now I can take it when a baby is crying beside me, but when I get to 60, retirement time, I will not take it anymore. Not that I don't like baby, I don't love baby. I'm expecting a baby from. I'm expecting.
I don't know.
I'm expecting a baby from my lineage, from what I brought out. Then it will make me happy. That's what they say. Grandchildren, great grandchildren. You want to spend time with them and be happy. But you making a baby, carrying a babysitter,
trying to stop a crying baby,
making up in the middle of the night. This is a big punishment these people gave us. And when you start reading all these books and you see the same name since 1966 till date, they are changing. They are changing their family. The older ones are going. The same family are still there. So when we come here, it's a serious matter.
It is.
It's a serious matter. It's not only lecture, it's a serious matter because we begin to hear this
from our lives. When we come here every evening, right?
Yes.
When we tell you that
not only people class, our lives. Our lives. We lost our life here. Forget about career, money, beautiful houses. We've lost our life. First place coming to abroad. When I look at Germans, they don't go anywhere. You know, so but I want to ask about my this goes back to just one lady here. She always calling in, but she always complained that she's sick. Madam British, I've not heard about her. We can also, if she's listening, let's check on her.
Yeah,
let's check on her.
Do you know, because I actually think of her yesterday, and somehow I couldn't say it on my program because I didn't take calls, right? Lady Beatrice, it's been a while. I bet she's fine.
Yeah.
She's probably not had a chance of calling in. You know, it's been a...
Yeah, maybe that's what I want to just say. Know if she's doing good.
See, man, emoji, that's actually so sweet. You see, when you remember members of this platform that we have started building bond and relationship and all that, and when you can't hear from them for a while, it is really ideal to ask of them, because sometimes you may not notice, so you probably just put a smile on her face right now, wherever she is now watching. Well, I mean, that's so sweet of you. Go on.
Yeah, let me go back to about this religion issue. If you remember, one time Nigeria heated up. That time, price of commodities started going high. They sent Wike to one church. They sent Senate president to another church. Because Northerners are already agitating, and the Southerners, nobody knows what is in their mind. They now send people to the church, so they started cooling us down. So I believe him. Religion is another chain that is holding us down, and these guys, they are always getting front chair in every church or every mosque they go to. Now then they get there. So it's a very big issue. So this religion and the Christians now, you're not going to blame us Christians. Although I don't believe in anymore, because me, I say religion is evil. I don't believe it in anymore because I don't see this is why they're supposed to agitate for us. Because in the Bible, they said Herod, somebody went and told Herod that God said what he's doing is not good. But all these people, they are not telling the power to their face that what they are doing, what they are doing is not good. They always go tell us we should have hope in a hopeless place. And another thing, on the other hand, I will not blame them much, because in a failed country, religion prevails.
Right.
So that's all I want to say. So we keep on saying this. You are building army. You are building a lot of army. It's penetrating. One day it will explode. That's all I will say. Thank you so much.
Too. And thank you so much. You are helping me do that too. Because every time people like you speak out, okay, you may not kind of know this. So you are speaking the mind of a lot of people that couldn't be on that phone to say it. So emoji, you've done well. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, you have a good one. And indeed, everybody on this platform that we have not heard from in a long time, and they are watching, you just know that they are watching, okay? And when you mention their name in the comment section and you say hi to them, You may make them say I as well, or you may actually make them calling to say, oh, I'm fine, guys. Thank you so much for remembering me. I'm fine. Or we just care. And if you miss them, please ask after them. And thank you so much for helping me do that too. Because I speak a lot of things, and most times I ignore details, some little important details of what I have to say. I get so carried away with everything I wanted to share, to the point that some little details, right? I ignore them. But when you bring them up like this, you are helping me. So everyone, whether I can remember your name right now or not, Osita, my brother. That is Osita, my own one name. I haven't heard from him in a while, but I promise you, he's watching. Okay. And sometimes, if the situation don't get a little bit, a little bit kind of lulled together and become a little bit, controversial, Osita don't seem to like to call in now. Eh? I also have, anyway, I'll take this. I've got Charm on the line. Are you there?
Hello, Michael. How are you?
I am very well. How are you? Do you know that I actually don't save anyone's name on this phone? But for some reason, right?
Yeah.
I have mastered your profile pictures. I do not even kind of master people's number, right? But it works so well
Yeah.
that anybody listening will be like, oh, maybe it's the one calling them. How did you know who is on the line? Well,
Or
Charm,
maybe he has some kind of technology that allows him to know who's
you know
calling.
that, like, people accuse me. They say, you don't pick my call. It's not me. I only pick whatever is on my screen when I stop talking. Unfortunately, it may just be people who I've actually spoken to many times. So, but anyway, Charm, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy all your talks. You know me. Sometimes I just like to stay quiet. Sometimes these days, just
Right.
listen and ponder, and then maybe wait for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
But this the previous caller just got me. I just said, I'm going to call because every time we talk about religion, right? And don't get me wrong, religion. We know that religion is a problem in that country, but he seems to exonerate the people who actually attend church or go to all these mosques and everything. He seems to think that, he said, oh, I don't blame them much. And no, but you have to blame them. Do you understand? A lot of people who attend church and are attending church, but they're either not one reading their Bible or just not, thinking critically about the things that they're being told. Now, you go to a church, right? And you know fully well that you know your pocket, you know what you're going through, right? And then somebody like Wike comes to your church, and then your church leader gives him the front row seat, and he sits down, and they tell you things like, oh, how the government is working, everything. Don't worry, you guys don't be anxious. We read some Bible passages and gives you, and you want me to believe that that is enough to pacify you and make you calm down and then carry on or whatever. Now, when your pastor or your priest or whatever gave somebody like Wike the front row seat, right? When he acknowledged him, when he gave him a place of priority, that is when you should pack your load and you should leave.
And just walk
The
out.
problem is, and just walk out, because unless you, the problem we have in Nigeria is that people are religious, they're not spiritual, they're not reading their Bibles, they're not really following God. Because if you're really following God and you understand what His commandments are, do you understand? And you're truly saying, what, you want to follow those commandments of God, regardless of who your pastor or your priest is, right? And then somebody like Wike comes to your church, somebody that he has had a wealth without enterprise, right? He has power without doing anything that to cultivate it. You understand? That is the meaning when you say, you know what, this is not a godly place. This is not a good place. I will leave. You don't have to wait for your pastor
make it
to
obvious that
tell
you're
it out to
leaving,
you.
that they are giving these guys this recognition and all that. So
Exactly,
that after
they're
he's
giving them
gone, you probably
recognition.
will have a chat with that pastor in that church and say, well, we need to talk.
Exactly, we need to have a conversation. And walk out, but a lot of people are not doing it. You're waiting for your pastors, you're waiting to be told. You can't be told. You are responsible for if you woke up in the morning put your clothes on and said you were going to church. You were responsible for every bit of that. You are responsible for, what you hear. You're responsible for the actions that you take after you've heard or seen certain things. So you can't not be waiting for somebody to tell you that, you know what, this is going wrong. I don't believe what you're doing, and get out of there. Right?
I think majority of Nigerians are mostly starstruck, right? They only sort of see these guys on TV, in the papers, or during campaign. So when they walk into their church, some of them are just probably looking forward to if they're going to get a share. Our share is going to donate money for our building fund. And all it's ridiculous, charm.
But we're all saying, we're still kind of like saying the same thing, right? You want to eat the fruits of evil, right? You want to benefit from the fruits of evil, and you're asking yourself why your society is not progressing. It's not progressing because you're also making the poor choices. Wow. The problem we have is that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge the evil that is being done, or don't want to. We're waiting. There's no need to wait for anybody. You know how it is pinching you. You know how you are suffering. You know how it is bothering you. You step out. Stop waiting to be told, or say, you don't want to congregate here. Let's go here. All of us. Everyone is suffering in Nigeria. We all know it. You yourself know it. You're not waiting. You shouldn't be waiting for your pastor or your priest to tell you, what, it's time for you to take up arms. You know what you're going through. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
right?
Totally with you. I am with you. But it's just the same rhetoric. It's like a rhetorical question, right? Rhetorical question in the sense that we already know the answer. But we keep asking that, why can't you be different? Why can't you do it differently? Like, why do you have to? Well, they probably know why. It's because majority of them are not really opposed to this bad governance.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I tend to agree with you when you say that it seems like a lot of people are just waiting for you to be their turn.
I've seen it happen many times. Yeah, I have. I have seen people. That I've had meetings with, right? Charm. Me, I'm passionate about things I do. That's why I don't have many friends anymore. Okay. I used to have a lot of them. People took advantage of me, Charm. People took advantage of me. I was so innocent. I was just all out there pouring it out. They became my friends. I didn't know they were only looking for a chance to get noticed. So they could say, oh, we are his friend now. I'm close to him. He's my friend. I can talk to him. I didn't know. It's only when they felt like, what do you think about this? So this person said he would be able to, are you being serious? Then he'll be like, Mayego, are you being serious with all these things you are doing that you don't care about all these riches and others? Are you actually being serious now? Like, you're asking me that at this point to find out if I am actually joking or I'm just pretending that I'm not interested in all this bloody stuff, right? So you, my friend of 2 years, is asking me that now. So people took advantage of me a lot, to the point that it makes me more kind of like, I don't want to be with anybody.
Of course, you have to. No, but you have to be wary. You have to be very wary.
You get what I mean? So that's where I got it from. Like, the majority of us may be screaming and shouting and talking and speaking grammar and even very good at it. But it's not majority of us that are actually opposed to these things in real life.
Exactly.
A lot are just saying this to get attention. Go on.
And that's exactly what I'm saying, because the previous caller was saying that, he doesn't blame them too much. He doesn't go to church and he doesn't believe in church and everything. Listen, you can choose to believe whatever you want to believe, but do not exonerate people. Do you understand? People are responsible for, if you can get up in the morning, put your clothes on, and go to church and sit down in that church and not, think retrospectively about the things that you hear, about the things that you see. Then you cannot then say, all that responsibility belongs to the priest or the pastor or the people in charge. No, you're responsible. You're responsible for the information you digest and what you do with it at the end of the day,
Charm.
So I think the reason why I'm even calling, just don't exonerate anyone. All of us are collectively at fault here. Yes. All of us, whether unknowingly or unknowingly,
we're all guilty until proven innocent.
All guilty.
Mm-hmm.
We are exactly.
And our actions and our own actions and association will determine whether we actually mean what we say, or we just want to remain guilty. You're right.
So I think that for me, I don't really want to add. Maybe there are other people that want to come and share more things and everything. But I think let's stop. exonerating ourselves. Let's not say no, it's not their fault. It is their fault. If you cannot step out of, if you cannot walk out of the church, be bold. I mean, people have been coming on my ego. Tomorrow is Sunday, and I'm sure that people will still go to church that Sunday. But we've been saying it every single day. Why don't you get up and leave? Vote with your food. Show them that, listen, you are also, in as much as you are part of the church and you attend church or you attend mosque or whatever, you are still thinking about what it is that they are doing. And it doesn't align with your own beliefs and what you understand that God or whatever you believe says. So you get up and you go. But people are not yet ready. Not ready.
Thank you, Charles. They heard you. And you know something, right? All these things we are saying, I know a lot of people are expecting a turnaround